Donna. Oh, Donna.
I'm here. I'm here.
All right. And Alicia, can you draw on your screen?
Yeah.
Cool. So Donna, I want you to find Alicia, I want you to find the rectangle that creates a space that then inside of it you're going to find the parallel lines that are repeating of the little black boy and girl with the cat. Okay. And Donna, I'm going to give you a hard one. You're going to do the white kids. And it's hard because there's actually two boxes, not one.
Okay, so we got the right kids on the right and the little black children on the left. So you want me to do the right side?
Yeah, the white kids.
Okay. All right. So you want me, is that what you want me to do to kind of do the masses, the staging?
Yeah. Let's use...
sorry, arrow?
No. First, I'm going to erase that. Alicia, are those your purple lines?
No, that was me.
Okay.
You want a white, right?
Yeah, I want white, and I also want straight lines. Okay? Use your straight line tool, not your curve tool. No. Under draw, you have like draw, it has a curly, like a curve.
Yeah.
Right next to it.
That kind of thing?
No, I want you to, yeah.
Right.
There you are.
Where do you find the color?
It's under format.
Yeah.
Okay.
You want white, okay.
Now, Donna, I want you to look at the children, not the
image.
Yeah, not the truck behind them.
Oh, wait a minute now. I'm all confused. Huh. All right, so you want me to figure out the field that the children are in that is particular to them? Like
yes.
In straight lines?
Yes. Now, let me ask you this.
I don't know what I'm doing.
All right, that's okay. Well, let's start with this, okay?
Mine keeps breaking up.
I'm going to erase your line here, Delicious, because it's not coming out proper, okay? Hold on one second.
Yeah.
Delicious, when you look at the kids in that area, in one line, primarily what direction are they moving in? Draw. Now, don't necessarily just look at the form of the image. Feel that area. Feel the force. Like when you look in that area of the image, how is it moving?
Oh, this guy like that? TV?
There you go. There you go.
And then I should...
No. You guys are always connecting eyeballs. People don't do that. Connect energy, big, large movement, not eyeballs.
All right.
Get that out of there. Just look at, okay, let's do this. Let's focus on Donna real quick, and then we'll take some time with you to Delicious, okay?
Any of this right, DV?
So far, you're looking good, girl. Okay. Now, let me ask you, Donna.
Yeah.
Good. I like that. I'm going to erase this line here. Even though that's correct in terms of a right diagonal, but we want to go parallel lines. So we want to look for those really strong movements, thrusts. So what you're doing is what I wanted you to do, in the sense that the two little kids, the two little white kids, are leaning forward. Okay? The big brother is leaning where?
A little backwards.
Yeah. Whoa, what the hell came in the neighborhood?
Yeah.
Right? The other two aren't from that generation. They're just a little younger, which makes them a little more open. And they're leaning forward like, huh, this is interesting moment. Now, that's why that's a very interesting dynamic, because you really have two overlaying boxes, two very different energies. And I like how the dog is kind of like a combination of both. So that's good there, Donna.
Well, let me put that little doggy in. Okay.
And now if you look at that dog, I can pull out probably another 5 parallel lines. And that's kind of really the point of this exercise, is that you really want, you're just not drawing one line, but you're really honing that thing in and pulling it down through the shoelaces, the back of the dog, the head of the dog. Okay, you're finding all of these little adjustments, because all those little edges help move the eye. It reinforces, it gives stability to that thought. Okay, so here, the number 1, he could have made that a 53, but he didn't make it a 53. He made number 1. Why? To help with the pulling of our eye in this direction. Okay, all of these little movements. Even this actually comes down into this. Okay, down through the ear. All those little thrusts. Okay. I like how the numbers are on an angle, same angle. You find the boy's nose, part of, to help us kind of just push us back. Okay.
Yeah.
So here, Delisha, let's look at, now there's other parallel lines. Okay. Are they in a war right now? No, this is a very calm, peaceful moment, right? A lot of horizontals are flooding this piece.
What am I looking at? Horizontals?
You're going to look at the black boy and a black girl right here, okay?
Yeah, but am I looking at horizontals or
No, you're going to, you tell me, when you look at them, okay, don't look at the image, just look in this area at them. If you forget that they exist, meaning like forget what they are, forget about their image. When you look at that area and you forget about what you're looking at, and you're just feeling that area, what is the diagonal? Oh shit, I gave it away. What is the angle that you're moving in?
I'm lost. The diagonals.
Well, look for their body language. I think that kind of helps.
There you go. There it is. Okay. So now that they're moving in that type of direction. Okay. And the reason why I say look for the box is because the box is going to give you the outside perimeter of these thrusts. So you have this big one here coming through here, which is then mimicked down through here. Do you feel that?
Mm.
Okay. they're in their own space. You're looking for that space that they're filling. And then inside of it, you're going to repeat in parallel that energy. Okay? So over here, you have this little boy in one box, and then you have this boy and this little girl in another box. They're leaning in. I like how he brings that arabesque of the tire. He didn't need to put a tire there. He could have moved it back a little further, this or that. But it's important that that curve brings us over, because what does that curve allow us to do? It allows us to feel that we're looking up and over the boy in the front, his shoulder, looking past him, right? Like, oh, what's that? That's curious. What? You know, is that a cat? You know, I like how the two boys are on that same level, which is very interesting. I also like how this horizontal goes through this boy's head, but then it gets stopped by a block. And I like how this horizontal goes above this boy's head. To me, that's very significant. I mean, this older brother, this thing's above his head. He don't know. What's going on here? He's wanting to try to push through, but it gets blocked. Bam! It gets cut off. I find that very interesting.
Would those sinister lines be of any meaning?
That are going through, that Delicia's putting in there? Absolutely. So it's being repeated through here, through here, through here, through here. We're not feeling that these two are like, hey, come on, neighbors, right? Now, just to give some context, since half the people in this group are not from the United States, this was painted during the time where we started, there was a lot of racial tension in the United States. So this was Norman's commentary on basically people moving into the neighborhood, like becoming more integrated society. So it's a very profound piece. It gets really profound when you get into the design, because the design is telling you all of these ideas and thoughts that the artist is thinking, and why he wants you to stop here, and why he wants you to start there, and why is this moving there, and then when you interpret those things according to the design, it gets very, very deep. Let me see something here. So now we're looking at a very interesting energy map. What's interesting is that these energies are not fighting each other, which is very, very important. There's no place where these, like even the boy, the negative, who's like, what's going on here? This brings you down to here, okay? Which ultimately is that vertical line. So in their space, they're pretty calm, but at the same time, you got one energy that's kind of being pulled, like being pushed back, pulling back. The other two are looking forward. On this side, they're being pushed back because they don't know what to expect. I mean, a few years later, they might have been hung in a tree or something, So It's very intense, but it's not violent, which I think is beautiful. And I think Norman is saying it's okay to take a pause and contemplate the possibilities and the ideas of who we are and this and that, but we don't have to fight about it, And it's very interesting. So for me, it's interesting. I see the beautiful painting, I see the images, but to me, this is what I see, and that tells me a lot more information than the images do.
Yeah, it's really amazing, Victor.
Mm-hmm.
Ivy, what are your thoughts? I heard you humming. I think that was Ivy.
No, I'm here. If I wouldn't have seen this energy map, this one in front, definitely that exact story I wouldn't have understood. Like, it gives totally different perspective and exactly what is happening, and especially that line, that vertical line you drew, mm-hmm. that to demarcate two different worlds, but even then there is no hatred or violence. I mean, they're kids. They are they're just curious to know what is happening rather than getting involved in any sort of difference, mm-hmm. what is existing around at that particular time. So that tells a totally different story. It's beautiful.
And I like the little girl here through her cat. There's a moment of hope.
Yeah.
Where through this boy, it's shot down. He wants to give it a chance, but he's probably seeing what this boy is doing, his reaction. Mm. You know what I'm saying? So it's just very, very interesting, and it's just many layers of thought. That's why I call it composition, because just like in music, you listen to the great masters like Bach and Beethoven, they're composing at many layers of sound. You listen to reggaeton. It has it's very weak music because it's just this repetitive sound that really doesn't have many layers of music to it.
And I like this fact also, how he balanced that. There is that white cat and there is the color of the dog, black dog, and how it is totally balancing overall. Yep. It's amazing.
It's the yin yang. Yeah, right. Actually, it is. Interesting.
And today is Martin Luther King's, birthday?
Yeah, it is. That's right. It's Martin Luther King Day today. That's right. Yeah, I do like that. Okay, so let's move on from this one. And we'll end with this one. I love this one. And I want to end it because since we're all painters, almost all of you.
Victor, just one point. We didn't do the radiating line for the other one. Is there any?
No, because we were doing repeating lines.
Okay.
Is there a radiating line? There may be, but I doubt it. I didn't. There's nothing.
Oh, so there's not one in every picture then?
No.
Okay.
Tools
that helps me feel better.
Okay.
Because I couldn't see it. I was looking for it.
I was trying to figure that out, so I also couldn't see any. That's why I asked.
So in this